Hey guys, I want to do a full update on my garden. Took a while for me to get to it, but just with the garden and everything, I was so busy I didn't have the time. So overall, I did excellent. I did unfortunately have some fungus that attacked my tomatoes and my cucumbers. I probably didn't come out here for maybe 3 or 4 days, and they got totally destroyed, especially the little ones. But despite that, the bigger cucumbers are still putting out, even though the leaves are pretty bad. I've been spraying with neem oil, but it slowed it down, but didn't really cure it. I think it was just too much. I seeded. I'm trying to grow another set of cucumbers, maybe a little too late, and they are being a bit affected by this as well, even though I've been spraying. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. Put some broccoli and cauliflower in, and maybe too late again as well. An update on the cages. I definitely do now think that the Texas tomato cages are better for tomatoes, especially if you have multiple vines, bigger tomatoes, just because they're a lot easier to manage. I found that these rings are an absolute nightmare to try to slide up or down as the tomatoes grow, and as it's suggested by the sellers and some people, saying that you should put these on before the tomatoes grow and then slide up as the tomato grows. That's absolute nonsense. Whoever says that has absolute no idea how this works out. I'm telling you, the easiest thing to do with these is put one on when it's little, and then as the tomato grows, slide the next ones at the height that you want them at. Just because unless you have branches that don't grow more than 4 or 5 inches long in a single stem, then you may be okay. But other than that, you're going to be breaking branches. Tomatoes are going to be falling off if you try to slide this up. So by far the easiest thing to do, is I found when I tried to add the third set of the rings, is I could just slide it whenever your tomato gets to the height you want. That's the easiest thing from the top. So as you can see, some of my tomatoes are completely leafless because the fungus attacked, and I had to cut them off. They're still, as you can see, getting destroyed. Some of this, I think it's a black spot. There's another name I found online for them, which I do not remember for this fungus, but it basically just gets black spots, dots on the leaves, and they dry up and die. So I've been removing them, spraying with neem oil, but the season's almost over, so I do not think I'm going to be doing that again. I may spray it one more time for the cucumbers, see if they can survive. I'm going to start canning some of my tomatoes just because there's so many of them now right now. I've already picked bags of them, and as you can see, there's just tons and tons on each plant. Some of them rotting away, probably because they're too low to the ground, and I didn't pick them enough, so some of the tomato plants did better than others. I don't think I'm going to be planting the Brandywines and the Cherokee Purples anymore. Basically just we didn't really like the taste of them. They don't have that much taste in our opinion. By far we love the Camparis and those little cherry tomatoes. They have so much more taste, so much more sweet than the others. I'm going to try to see if I can find a better tomato type next year to see, because I've had tomatoes before that were so delicious, and I'm going to try to see if I can figure out what those tomatoes were that are a little bit bigger than the Camparis and the cherry tomatoes for sandwiches and such. Right, as you can see, my peppers are just getting ready to be picked. I picked about 3 of them a week or so ago. They're humongous for organic tomatoes. I mean, some of these are almost twice the size of the bell peppers in the store that you can buy. So, like for example, this one is absolutely huge. Well, you'll probably find bigger ones, but I mean, this is really big, even for a bell pepper. Picked most of my watermelons. There's maybe only, I think there's only 3 left on here, maybe 4 or 5, and they did pretty well as well. Thanks guys.